Hello friends, welcome to Echo Your English, the place where learning English becomes easy, natural, and fun. Today, we're going to explore one of the most useful skills you can learn in English: how to ask for help in real-life situations. Think about it for a moment. We all need help sometimes, whether we're lost, confused, or just unsure about something. But the way we ask for help can completely change how others respond to us. So today, I'll help you learn how to ask for help politely, confidently, and naturally, just like native speakers do in everyday conversations. Let's start with a simple situation. You're in a new city, maybe London, Tokyo, or New York. You're looking for a museum, but you can't find it. You walk up to someone and say, "Excuse me, could you please tell me where the National Gallery is?" Simple, clear, and polite. Now notice the first two words, "excuse me." This little phrase is a magic key in English. It makes your request sound respectful and friendly. If you just say, "Where is the National Gallery?" it may sound too direct. But by adding, "excuse me," you show that you respect the other person's space. Sometimes, learners make the mistake of saying, "Help me," or "Tell me where it is." And while it's understandable, it sounds a little too strong in English. You see, in English, politeness is not just about manners, it's about tone. Instead of saying, "Help me," try, "Could you please help me?" or "Can I ask for your help?" These phrases make you sound warm and respectful, which makes people want to help you. Let's look at another everyday example. You're in a supermarket and you can't find sugar. You ask a staff member, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the sugar is?" Or even simpler, "Excuse me, where can I find sugar?" Both are perfect. And when the person shows you, don't forget to smile and say, "Thank you so much," or "Thanks a lot." Gratitude is a very natural part of English communication. So, the key takeaway from this first part is simple. Whenever you ask for help in English, start with "excuse me," then add "could you please" or "can you please," and end with "thank you." These three little steps, attention, politeness, and gratitude, make your English sound natural and confident. Now, let's move into a more personal space. Situations where you might need help from your friends, classmates, teachers, or colleagues. These are a little different because they're not about directions or things, but about connection and understanding. Let's begin with a classroom example. Imagine you're sitting in an English class and your teacher just explained something that felt confusing. You want to ask again, but you don't want to sound rude. So, instead of saying, "I don't understand," you can say, "Sorry, could you please explain that again?" Or, "I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat it, please?" These small changes make a big difference. They show that you're polite and respectful, not demanding.
Now picture this. You're working on a project with a friend and need help with an idea. You can say, "Hey, I'm having a little trouble with this part. Can you help me out?" Or, "I'd really appreciate your help if you have a minute." Notice how soft and friendly that sounds. In English, showing appreciation before or after asking for help makes your words sound warm and genuine. At work, you can make your tone a little more formal. For example, "Could I ask for your help with something?" Or, I'm having a bit of trouble with this. Do you mind taking a quick look? These are phrases professionals use every day. They sound confident, yet polite. And when your colleague helps you, don't forget to say, "That really helped. Thank you so much." But help isn't always about things or tasks. Sometimes we need emotional support, someone to talk to when we feel down. And English has gentle ways to express that too. You can say, "I'm feeling a bit low today. Can I talk to you for a minute?" Or, "I could really use someone to talk to." These sentences are simple, soft, and honest, and they open the door to meaningful conversation. So, what have we learned so far? Asking for help is more than just using the right words. It's about showing kindness, confidence, and gratitude. The phrases, "excuse me," "could you please," and "thank you" are your best tools. Use them in your daily life, and you'll see how naturally people respond to you with warmth. Now that you know how to ask for help politely and naturally, let's flip the situation. What happens when someone asks you for help? How do you respond in English in a way that sounds warm, polite, and confident? Because just like asking for help, offering help is also a powerful skill. It shows empathy, kindness, and good communication. Let's begin with something simple. Imagine someone stops you on the street and says, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the nearest bus stop is?" How would you reply? The easiest and most natural answer is, "Sure, it's just down the road." Or, "Of course, it's right over there." Notice how the tone is friendly, not just the words. The key here is to sound kind and willing. Even if you're not completely sure, you can respond politely by saying, "I'm not sure, but I think it's that way." It shows you're trying to help, and that's what really matters in English communication. Now, if you're in a classroom or office situation, the tone changes just a little. Let's say a classmate says, "Hey, could you help me with this question?" You can respond with, "Yeah, sure, what do you need?" Or, "Of course, I'll try my best." These are friendly, supportive answers. In a workplace, you might sound a little more formal. "Of course, I'd be happy to help." Or, "Sure, what seems to be the problem?" Notice that these responses make you sound approachable. They're short, but filled with a tone of helpfulness and positivity.
Now, sometimes we face a tricky situation. What if you can't help? Maybe you're busy or you don't know the answer. Even then, there's a polite way to say no in English without sounding rude. You can say, "I'm really sorry, but I'm a bit busy right now." Or, "I'd love to help, but I don't think I'm the best person for that." These phrases are honest yet gentle. They keep the tone friendly while setting boundaries politely. You see, in English, how you say no is just as important as how you say yes. Let's look at emotional situations too. When someone says, "I'm feeling really stressed," you don't need to give advice immediately. Sometimes the best help is simply listening. You can say, "I'm sorry to hear that," or "Do you want to talk about it?" These small, caring sentences show emotional support. They tell the person you're there for them, and in any language, that's one of the kindest forms of help. So remember these 3 layers of offering help. First, respond with kindness. Even a simple "sure" can make someone's day better. Second, if you can't help, say no gently. Keep your tone calm and respectful. And third, in emotional moments,
Just listening and responding softly can mean more than words. Helping others and asking for help, they're two sides of the same coin. Together, they form the foundation of good communication. The more naturally you use these expressions, the more confident you'll feel while speaking English in real situations.
Now that you understand how to ask for help and how to offer help politely, let's practice through some real conversations. These dialogues will help you hear the rhythm, tone, and natural flow of English that people use every day. You can even pause and repeat after me to improve your pronunciation and confidence. Let's start with the first situation, asking for help on the street. Situation 1, asking for directions. You, excuse me, could you tell me where the nearest bus stop is? Stranger, sure, it's just around the corner, next to the bakery. You, oh, thank you so much. Stranger, you're welcome. See how short and polite that was? The key is your tone, calm, friendly, and respectful. The phrase, excuse me, gets attention politely, and thank you so much closes the conversation warmly. Simple and natural. Now, let's move to the second situation, asking for help in a store. Situation 2, at the supermarket. You, excuse me, could you please tell me where I can find rice? Shop assistant, yes, it's on aisle number 4, near the cooking oil. You, thanks a lot. Shop assistant, no problem. Again, notice how these small exchanges feel friendly and comfortable. The rhythm of English in such daily situations is smooth and relaxed, not rushed or robotic. Now, let's try something more personal, asking for help from a teacher.
Situation 3, in the classroom. I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand the last part. Could you please explain it again? Of course. Let me go over it one more time. Thank you. That really helped. You're welcome. Don't hesitate to ask if you need more help. This example is perfect for learning how to sound respectful and confident at the same time. In English, saying, "I didn't quite understand," sounds softer and more polite than "I don't understand." It shows that you're trying, and that's always appreciated. Now let's look at a conversation with a friend. Situation 4, asking a friend for help. Hey, I'm having a little trouble with my homework. Can you help me out? Sure. What part are you stuck on? This grammar exercise, I can't figure it out. No worries. Let's do it together. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Friendly, casual, and natural. The phrases, "Can you help me out?" and "No worries" are often used in everyday English. They make conversations sound easy and relaxed. Now, one more. A situation about offering emotional help. Situation 5, offering support. I've been feeling really stressed lately. I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want to talk about it? Yeah, maybe a little. It's just been a tough week. I understand. I'm here if you need someone to listen. This is where English becomes more than language, it becomes connection. These simple, gentle phrases show empathy. You don't have to say a lot. Sometimes just being kind is enough. Each of these examples teaches you something beyond grammar. It teaches tone. In English, how you say something is often more important than what you say. A soft, polite tone can turn any conversation into a positive one. So now,
I want you to practice these dialogues aloud. Speak slowly, match the rhythm, and feel the flow of each sentence. The more you practice, the more natural your English will sound.
So, now that we've explored how to ask for help, how to offer it, and how to respond naturally in everyday English, let's pause for a moment and think about what all of this really means. You see, language isn't just about grammar or vocabulary, it's about connection. Every time you ask for help politely or respond with kindness, you're not only communicating in English, you're building trust and human warmth. And that is what real communication is all about. Think about it. When you say, "Excuse me, could you please help me?" or "I'd really appreciate your help," you're not just forming sentences, you're expressing respect. You're showing that you value the other person's time, that you care about how they feel. That's what makes English such a beautiful human language, the small gestures hidden inside simple words. And when you offer help, saying things like, "Of course, I'd be happy to help," or "No worries, let's do it together," you spread kindness. These sentences may sound small, but they carry emotion. They make people around you feel comfortable and understood. This is what turns English from a language into a bridge between you and the world.
So the next time you find yourself lost, confused, or unsure of what to say, just remember the 3 golden steps. Be polite, be clear, and be thankful. Use "excuse me" to open, "could you please" to ask, and "thank you so much" to close. These simple words, spoken with sincerity, can make even a stranger smile. And the same goes for helping others. When someone asks you for help, try to respond with kindness. Even if you can't do much, your gentle tone, your willingness to listen can make a big difference. Because in every conversation, you have the power to make someone feel seen, respected, and understood. So as we end today's episode, I want you to carry one thought with you. Asking for help is not a weakness. It's a way of reaching out, a reminder that we all depend on one another. Whether you're learning English, working in a new country, or just trying to connect with people around you, remember, your words have meaning beyond their sound. They can heal, comfort, and create trust. Thank you for joining me today on Echo Your English. I hope this episode helped you not only learn new phrases, but also see how kindness and politeness can shape your English journey. Keep practicing these expressions, keep listening, and keep speaking with heart. Because when you speak from kindness, your English will always sound natural and alive. And until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and never be afraid to ask for help, in English or in life.